Hey there everybody, Scudder here today, and today I want to talk about the Restore America plan. Now if you guys have been watching the news in the last 4 or 5 days, then no doubt you have probably seen where an organization has sent letters to all 50 governors of the United States saying that they must declare an oath to the Constitution of 1787 within 3 days or they will be removed from office. Now, this video is not going to be in support or in rebuke of this organization at this point. This is kind of a fact-finding mission for me and an education process for me. So I just want to make sure that that's clear. I'm not a shill or anything like that. I'm going to bring you guys a little bit of information and then I'm going to ask you to give me some information. That's the purpose of this video. Now, the organization that has done this is the Guardians of the Republic, and it is run by 4 individuals at the top. They are considered guardian elders, and their names are Regan, Dwayne, Tom Shaults, Sam Kennedy, and Tim Turner. And to understand a lot of this, you really have to do a lot of research. This is not something that you're going to watch just a couple of videos and all of a sudden be completely educated on this situation that's going on, because the rabbit holes go pretty deep on this one, and there's a lot of stuff out there that you have to study first before you even kind of understand what they're doing. This has to do with the free man theory and republics and Jure Grand Juries and things like that. So you have to do a lot of research, and I've been doing some research on this for the past 3 days, and there's still a lot more that I would have to do before even I completely understand it. And I give the organization credit in the respect that they do state over and over and over that they are doing this behind the scenes, quietly, peacefully, without violence. They also say that they are a Christian organization and that they're doing this in the name of God. So you know, of course, when they say that, me as a Christian, I'm going to take extra notice of that, and I'm going to find out for sure who they are and what they're doing. So one of the things, though, I had a few red flags kind of go up in my research, and that's why I'm bringing this video to you guys, so that maybe you guys can help educate me a little bit. When they said that they were going to remove the governors from office, I heard that they're going to do that, but no one has ever been able to establish a plan of how they're going to do this. And I wanted to know, if you're going to say that you're going to take such a bold action to do something like that, how are you going to do it? Explain that to me. And I've even contacted a few people, and so far I've gotten a lot of roundabout answers, and no one has been able to tell me how. I even listened to a radio show that was done just a few days ago where Tim Turner was being interviewed, and the people that have signed their allegiance to this Guardians of the Republic were asking him, how are you guys going to do this and what's the plan going forward? And even he stated that he did not know for sure how they were going to do it. Now, if you are starting something, a movement, and you are basically going to go in and take over the government of a country, which is, in essence, which is what they're saying they're going to do, don't you think that you would have your plans in place before it went public? So that was kind of a red flag for me. I read through the letter that was sent to the governors. It's now out on the internet, so everyone can read it now. And basically they're saying that they're going to go in, and if the governor doesn't take this oath, then they're going to remove that governor and they're going to go to the next person in line. And if that person doesn't take the oath, they're going to go to the next person in line. Well, at some point you're going to run out of people if all these people decide that they're not going to take the oath. So, you know, that was kind of another red flag. Another thing that they said is that they're demanding that the governors cease and desist all taxes. Well, you know, as an American citizen, I don't like taxes any more than anybody else does, but they're calling for the immediate cessation of taxation in the states, or what they're calling republics. Well, if you do that, doesn't that kind of send a signal to you that you're going to collapse the currencies of all of these states? Because that's how the states are funded, is through taxing. So, there's another red flag. You know, there's a lot of stuff, with this. The concept, I think, is an inspiring concept, because we citizens of the United States, we know that there are problems here, and there needs to be some kind of change. Something needs to be changed. And so far, no one else that I've seen has come forward with a better plan. But when you are basically setting up, and your process is going to be ultimately to overthrow the existing government and reinstitute a new government, don't you think that the government that's in place right now is going to view that as an act of war, and that they're going to retaliate against this? I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm the only one who sees it that way, but I know that our government is not going to take this very lightly. The other thing that I have found is that Tim Turner and Sam Kennedy both have said that they are not going to go after all of the masses that are numb and that are asleep in the United States. They're not going to spend their time and effort educating people about what they're trying to do. And my thought is that if you are planning on changing the way of life of every citizen in the United States, don't you think it would be prudent to let those people know what you're doing and how you're going to do that? You're changing their way of life. If you're not going after everyone and letting them know, to educate them, how are they going to know what's going on? So that was another flag for me that kind of made me say, I'm just not sure about these people and what they're trying to do. Like I said, maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. But what I need for you guys to do is, those of you who know more about this and are educated about this, please share some information with me. You can send me comments, you can send me private messages. I cannot promise that I will answer those back, but at least you're sharing with me. You can even make a video response if you want to. Now, do keep in mind that on my channel, if you cuss, then I will remove those comments and I will block you from my channel. You won't be able to comment anymore. And if you're going to make responses to this entire situation, then I ask you to make educated responses. Don't come up with these little stupid one-liners of, screw the government and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to hear that kind of stuff. And I'll probably just delete all those kind of comments. But now, if you can make educated comments, pro or con, either way, for this movement and what they're trying to do, then I'll let those go through. I'm just trying to understand, because as a citizen of the United States, what these people are trying to do could very well make a significant impact on my way of living and my way of life if they try to go through with this, for better or for worse, either way. So I think that I have a right to know what they're trying to do and how they're going to bring those changes about, because what they're proposing is huge. It's very huge. They say they're going to do it lawfully and that they have the law on their side, and that's fine if that's the case. I can't think of a better way to do it. Use the legal system to your advantage. That's great. But I need to know how you're going to do that, because before I can sign on and agree that your movement is the right way to go, I need to be educated in the way that it's going to happen. So anyway, you guys share what you've got with me, and let's learn about this a little bit more together, and let's see what's going on with it. And if I feel like I need to make another video beyond this, after I have additional findings, then I'll make another video, or I might not. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I just think that this is important, because these people are making some extremely bold claims. They're even saying that they are backed by the military, and that the military, the high-ranking officials in the military, actually approached them and presented a plan to them to do all of this. So if that's the case, we've got people, who are running our country that are trying to work with these people to bring change. And again, I have a feeling that the government probably is going to look down on this. So, let's help educate each other. Let's see if we can learn a little bit more about this situation. And God bless, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.